Hi everyone, I'm Tracy from Canine Walkers and I'm here with Buddy. You just see him there, hi. And I just wanted to speak to you today about some poisonous plants that are toxic to dogs that you may have in your garden. They're pretty common plants. I'm just going to talk about 3 today, and they're flowering at the moment, so it's a good time to let you know what they look like and that they're a potential hazard to your pets. So I'm just going to take you down to in my garden and have a look at a couple of them, and you can have a look. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about, it's called Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow, and as I said, they're flowering at the moment. It's a very pretty plant, and it gets gets purple flowers on them that fade to white. So it's pretty common at the moment, flowering in a lot of gardens, and I'm lucky that my dogs don't have access to these plants, but this is very toxic. The whole plant is toxic, and it's also poisonous to cats as well. After it flowers, it comes out in yellow berries, and they can be particularly interesting to the dogs, which may like to eat them. But if your dog or cat does eat any part of this plant, it can poison them, and some of the symptoms are vomiting, diarrhea, muscle spasms, and even severe convulsions, and that they can actually be lethal. So definitely one to keep away from your pets, and especially young dogs, young pups, who are more likely to be chomping on everything. Now this next plant is pretty recognisable to a lot of people, and again, it might be a common one you have in your garden, azaleas, and it comes in a variety of different flowers. And this one is azaleas are also, all parts are toxic to a number of animals. So you're looking at dogs, cats, horses, goats, and it does have the same sort of symptoms if there is, poisoning as the other plant, where it can be vomiting, diarrhea, difficulty walking, and that your animal can become weak. So it's just good to be aware that if your pet's showing any of these sort of symptoms, that it's a good idea to take them to the vet, and also know that this could be a possible reason why they're sick. The last plant I want to talk about today is probably not just a plant, but I'm talking about bulbs, and this is all that's left of my jonquils. They've all flowered already, so pretty much everyone knows what daffodils, tulips and jonquils look like, and especially as a bulb, you've probably planted them yourself in the garden. But it's good to be aware that the whole plant is toxic to dogs, and in particular the bulbs can be very interesting to your dog, especially they can dig it up and they chew it, and they might think it's something to play with or a toy, when obviously it isn't. And so that can have the same sort of symptoms with vomiting, diarrhea, muscle spasms and severe convulsions. Okay, so that was just a quick look at 3 common plants which are toxic to a number of animals that you may have in your garden, and it's good to be well aware of them. So if you thought that this was good value, or you learnt something from this today, it would be great if you can like this video below, or more importantly, share it amongst other dog owners, so that and pet owners really, so we can keep our animals as safe as possible at the moment during spring, and puppies especially, because it is probably a good idea to try and limit their access while they're young, because we all know that they like to chew on everything, and we don't want to be having these problems with plants and pets in our garden. So thanks for listening today, and we'd like to try and bring you useful tips like this regularly, so tune in next week, and I will be giving you some information on the best way, or how check chains should be fitted to your dog, because I see a lot of people who have them on the wrong way, and also leave them on their dog as a permanent thing, which is not a good idea. So until next week, we'll see you then. Thanks, bye.